I'm reminded today and blessed because Abba, the Father, has reminded me that when he sent his son to be born, they didn't have anything and they were turned away by many to the point where they had to go to what would have been the lowliest place to have a human child, which was a manger, a barn, you know, where other animals, where animals would have been born, and so it was good enough for the king to be born. And we try to remember that during this season, and God has been reminding me of and showing me things that I feel okay about, if that makes sense to anyone. For those that have ears, let them hear. For those that have ears, let them hear that it is okay if you do not have anything for this season, or you feel like you don't have anything for this season. We will see others do all of the things for this season. We will see others still put up Christmas trees. We will see others still get presents under the trees. We will still see others celebrate and, or do all of the things, right? But for those that may be in a shelter for the season or homeless for the season, God has not forgotten about you. Always remember that people didn't help Mary and Joseph when she was pregnant, trying to find a place to have her child. And that is the very same world we live in today. And a lot of people know that, but they still don't acknowledge that in their own actions and behaviors, and how they treat their neighbors and how they treat even family. And we're okay. Some people, like, we're okay if somebody hurts us and we just keep moving forward with life, right? But then they don't want to be told that they're selfish or that they should give up anything, because the Bible also talks to us about people being lovers of themselves. And we know that God judges the heart. He pours out his spirit on those that have a heart for God. Everyone does not receive the spirit of God. Everyone does not have the spirit of God. If you don't believe me, look in Acts chapter 8. You could read the whole chapter, or you could just go to 14 through 22 and just read that little tidbit, right? Or you can go to Romans chapter 8 and read all of Romans chapter 8, where it talks about the Holy Spirit and how God feels about the flesh versus the spirit. When we start to go back to John, and we see during the time of, which would be Hanukkah, which ended yesterday, you don't see him celebrating anything. You don't see him acknowledging a birthday. You don't see him acknowledging even the celebration in which we acknowledge Hanukkah, which is a restoration of the temple, which is when the Maccabees took back the temple of God and restored the temple of God, and God blessed the oil that was only supposed to last for one day. Lasted 8 days. It lasted just enough time for them to make more oil. And so remember that in this season, read your word. Your peace is in your word. God's love is in his word. Always pray. And always keep that word in your heart, because during these spiritual times, it's not always apparent that the blessing is around the corner, but it is.